Okay, 21 days until I hit Cebu. Yes, I'm still home with mommy. See, these other guys got my channel, so I'm rebuilding a YouTube channel. I'm not here for subs. I'm not here for views. I'm not here for anything. My other channel makes money. Anyway, that's my background. Anyway, I go after these YouTubers, expats, white guys in the Philippines, and the only reason why I go after these guys is because they got my other channel down from YouTube. Second, they lie, and third, they're just scumbags. Anyway, maybe one day I won't go through what they really did in Cebu. Most of them in the expat community. Well, today we're going to discuss um, another lie. Most of these expats don't have money. Okay, actually, they might have social security. That's great. Living over in the Philippines and living on 15, 12, $1,500 a month is okay. But when you have guys telling you, telling you that financial, okay, it's like how to make money online. Have you ever seen that niche? Make money online. It's all vague. Most of it's all vague. I go after that bullshit too on my other channel. Um, don't take financial advice from these guys. Huh? Don't take any. There was one guy in Dumaguete named Mike, and he's called the Turtle of Dumaguete. I can't use his face on my thumbnail because that's how they got me on copyright using the images on my thumbnails. Anyway, he's saying to people, "Oh, for his 401k, which I don't believe he has. Maybe his social security. The guy looks like he's 75, and he goes 62. And I'm like, no, Mike, you're older than 62. I'm almost 60. This is what I mean. They need content, so they lie about their financial background. This guy, my other channel that went down, took him. He's the one who took me down. So did Reggae Beyond the Sea, Life Beyond the Sea, and Geo on the Go. And if these guys just left me alone, I wouldn't do this. I'm changing up the channel anyway in 21 days. So I might do this once in a while, but it pisses me off when people give you financial advice. It really does. You're not a financial advisor. There's no disclaimer at all on your. Mike, YouTube might shut you down because you don't have a disclaimer on your video. You have no. If you telling me you had financial education, most of them are broke. That's why they tell they actually say brokers, like a real estate broker. They're always broke. So what I'm saying to you, if you in the Philippines, going to retire in the Philippines, don't listen to these guys. Don't listen to their monthly budget videos or anything. They're living in Dumaguete, BGC, and all of that stuff. Now, I can afford that. I can afford anything over in the Philippines, but I don't want to spend the money. That's the difference. Over in the Philippines, for me, there's no budget. There's no budget. Okay, there's no budget with me, meaning I can afford anything. Okay, but for me, the Philippines, I save money, and plus, I meet a lot of Filipinos. Been in the U.S. over the years. Never had a girlfriend in the U.S. I'm honest with you people. I will be always honest. I will be always honest with you. Not these guys. I'm not BSing you. You know, my background is my background, and for 30 years I've been a real estate investor. Not, I'm not running millions and millions of dollars a year on my salary, but I have a decent salary, $90 to $100,000 a year with my rentals. Now, I'm not going to go online on this channel and say do this, go do wholesaling in the Philippines. I'm not giving you advice. Not, I'm never going to give you financial advice or how to live in the Philippines or how to meet women. And meeting women is easy. Okay, if I have cerebral palsy and I go over there, that's why I'm over in the Philippines. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I know what's going on. I got the money. I got a U.S. passport. I'm not. I just cringe when I hear all these guys giving you financial advice without a financial, disclaimer. How to live? Yes, you have to have income come in from the U.S. or Canada or the U.K. or Australia to live on over in the Philippines. I'm not saying that. I'm saying to you, you gotta watch what people say to you if you want to go live overseas. Thailand, I won't step foot in Thailand. I might step foot in Vietnam. I'm not stepping foot into Cambodia or Laos. The Philippines for me is my second home. I love the people. I love the people of the Philippines. I have friends. That's one thing I will say I'm boasting of. That's one thing I will say. None of these expats, especially these white guys, don't have Filipino guy friends. I do. My doctor is Filipino from the U.S. I know Filipino people, and they're nice people. I have nothing in. I have no problems with the Filipino people. I do have problems with these white guys who come over here halfway broke. I mean, I spent 18 months in Cebu City, okay, for example, and I swear to God, I seen a lot of, it was jealousy. Either they knew, or yes, I have cerebral palsy. Yes, I have more money than you, probably. I'm not saying every guy over there goes over there broke, but 65, 75 to 75 of the expats. I never met anyone over there in Cebu City that had money. That's what my point is. If I did, it was beyond, went over my head. I mean, all they talk about is their sex lives. All they talk about is women, and I won't get into those stories, but they're all broke. Okay, they're all broke. And when Mike Philippine retirement BS tells you how to financially live over in the Philippines without a what you call it financial disclaimer, I might even have a disclaimer. How about that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying that why? Why do you have to lie? Why do you have to, tell people how to live over in the Philippines? I'm not talking about the local population. We all know the local population lives on $8, $9, $10 a day. I'm not saying that, but it seems like all these guys lie online. They lie. Financial advice. How to date a Filipina. Where to live. I got to live in a condo. No, you don't have to live in a condo. You don't have to live in AC or Dumaguete. In fact, I would never suggest you guys live in Dumaguete or Angeles City. That's my opinion. Stay away from the expats. Stay away from the expats. They're all crazy. They're uneducated. They don't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. Most of it. I can give you examples. I knew one of those divers beat up his girlfriend almost every day in the building where I lived. I knew a guy in the building that I call the Bible thumper. This guy begged for money back in the U.S. for his nonprofit. All right, and this guy even complained about 20 pesos to a sorry store owner, which I knew at the time. I have more respect for the guy that goes back to the U.S. like I did. I had to go back to the U.S. and do some business. Without doing business, I would lose my business, right? Would you rather have somebody doing that, having a job 6 months out of the year, save the money, or have a guy, live on 400? This is why they all use YouTube, okay? This is a perfect example. YouTube for me is a hobby. Okay, on the other channel, I had 735 subs. It wasn't like I had 735,000 subs and I'm pulling my hair off. I think they all buy subs myself. Someone mentioned, 95% of these creators buy subs at one point. I'm not going to do that. I don't care if I have one sub or 100 million subs. I just do this for free. And I started this channel to start griping again, especially when people can't take anything, huh? Can't take anything. You can't take anything. So I don't have any subs. Big deal. At least you don't have to take me down because of copyright, right, Mike? Right, Gio and right, Ricky? Copyright. And it was all AI. It wasn't their faces. Well, it was their faces, but it was generated with AI. I didn't put their faces with Google Images. Shouldn't have. So I can't put any faces on my thumbnails anymore. I can use the animals to describe them, which I am, a turtle on a beach. Right, Mike? You pissed me off, dude. You just pissed me off. These guys are so jealous of something that they can't control. They think of these. They all do it. They rotate rotate the topics. Financial, dating advice, where you live. I got Gio on the go telling everyone how to get married. Now the guy's been divorced for 3 times, and he's in Kenya doing we all know why you're in Kenya. Put a disclaimer on your video saying that, and I'll listen if you have a financial disclaimer. That's why YouTubers taking down most of these how to make money, how to make $100,000 a month on YouTube, how to make $100,000 a month on Facebook, on the thumbnails. Now I believe YouTube should do that because it's that's all BS. That's all bullshit. For clicks. And these guys, thumbnails. I do the same thing, but at least I'm going after these guys for a reason. Then in 21 days, 99% of the channel will be me going around the city of Cebu or Iloilo, or I might even go to Vietnam and shoot the landscape. That's what I want to do. I might wholesale real estate back in the U.S. from a laptop in Cebu. I don't know yet. Got to do something instead of drink. When 18 months of drinking, I don't have any beer in the house anymore. I don't drink anymore. I'll have a San Miguel White once in a while, but I ain't going to. It's a waste of time. And I just don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to drink in the Philippines. Yeah, I might go out and have a couple beers, but I ain't going to go out every night and show you guys how many beers I'm going to drink. Okay, guys, I'm done.